So the new Steam machine was just announced, and honestly it looks pretty neat. But something about that announcement really bothered me, and it's something that I've seen before. It's a tricky way that people talk about Valve's devices. Its weakness is its strength, and its strength is its ability to take away its own weakness. What do I mean by that? Well, let's just look at a piece of Valve's marketing. They're telling you that it offers a plug-and-play user experience of a console and the flexibility of a PC. What they're not telling you is that you can't have both of those things at the same time. How do I know that? I have a Steam Deck, and I've actually tried to push that thing to its limits. If you turn this thing on and go straight to Steam and only play Steam games, it's a pretty great and straightforward experience. But if you want to actually use your computer like a computer, multitasking, playing games from different stores, modding, etc., it's not straightforward. It's not plug and play. It's kind of a miserable experience, honestly. Way worse and more cumbersome than just playing on Windows. If I want my simple console experience, I have to stay locked into Steam. If I want the flexibility of a PC, I'd be better off sticking with Windows. And even that's kind of questionable with Valve devices, because Valve is very sneaky with its drivers. For example, Valve did not release drivers for the Steam Deck's controls. So if you install Windows on your Steam Deck, the buttons won't work, unless you're using Steam. That's weird, right? They use the ability to install another operating system as a selling point, but don't provide all of the basic tools that you would need to actually be able to use the hardware properly. And the new Steam controller is likely going to have the same problem, because they're saying that it works with any device running Steam, which means that it probably won't work for games being played on different stores. For devices that use flexibility as a selling point, there sure are a lot of barriers to that flexibility. And when people talk about Valve's devices, they tend to not take any of that into consideration. The Steam Deck is a PC, and it's awesome because it's simple, but that simplicity takes away all of its flexibility to the point that it's not really a PC anymore. And if I want to restore that flexibility, I have to take away its simplicity, which is the reason why it was awesome in the first place. And you end up with an experience that is less simple and less flexible than just using Windows. So people will compare a SteamOS device to a Windows device and praise the Steam device for being more simple, ignoring the fact that it's heavily restricted compared to the Windows device. And when you bring up that point, they will tell you that the Steam device can become flexible, ignoring the fact that it loses all of its simplicity in the process. Its strength is its weakness, and its weakness is its ability to take away its own strength. I can see it now. People are gearing up to praise this new Steam PC for essentially just being a console. They're going to use its identity as a PC to justify its costs, ignoring the fact that SteamOS gimps most of its PC capabilities. They're not going to apply any scrutiny to that fact, and they're going to let Valve sell you a lockdown console at PC prices again.